How does a country fight COVID-19 when its own president says it's not a serious matter? Brazil is finding out. Intensive care beds in the capital are almost out. Healthcare systems in multiple states are overwhelmed, and Brazil now has 40,000 COVID-19 cases, the highest number in Latin America. But President Jair Bolsonaro prioritizes Latin America's largest economy in the face of the pandemic. Nick Schifrin reports.
This weekend, the head of Brazil's government led a protest against his own government. President Jair Bolsonaro rallied supporters, practicing no social distancing, and invoked Brazil's past military dictatorship to disparage the government's COVID-19 restrictions.
I'm sure that all of us will one day swear to give our lives for our country, and we will do whatever is possible to change the destiny of Brazil. Enough of the old policy.
Bolsonaro has repeatedly called COVID-19 a little flu. His rhetoric has been as dismissive as his actions.
No meu caso particular.
Given my athletic history, if I was to be infected, it would not necessarily concern me. I wouldn't feel anything other than at most a little cold.
Echoing President Trump, he criticized governors who ordered lockdowns, including of Rio's famous beaches. But many Brazilians think there's something rotten in Rio and have spent their evenings protesting Bolsonaro.
We are in a dark situation. We don't have a clue of how many affected people we have in Brazil.
Ivan Franca Jr. is an epidemiologist at the University of Sao Paulo. He says the official death toll is a vast underreporting.
The federal governments have been very slow to buy and to distribute new coronavirus tests.
Brazil has several communities at particular risk. Social distancing is impossible in the sprawling low-income neighborhoods known as favelas. There are 6 confirmed cases in Paraisópolis, with a population of 120,000. A former soccer star hired round-the-clock medical service, the favela's only health care, says ambulance company owner Diego Cabral.
Due to the deficiencies of the public system, the overload of the public health system was directed all towards us.
And Brazil has 350 indigenous tribes, whom Bolsonaro has disparaged with racist language and opened their land to commercial mining. Now, indigenous leaders say Bolsonaro's policies make them more vulnerable to COVID-19.
Our soil is contaminated. We can't farm. We're here fearing that our people will die of hunger, and we don't know how long the coronavirus will last.
Earlier this month, Bolsonaro flaunted his own government's social distancing orders. Those orders were implemented by Health Minister Luiz Henrique Mandetta, who criticized Bolsonaro.
When you see people entering a bakery, entering a supermarket, lining up one after another, leaning against each other, this is clearly the wrong thing.
4 days later, Mandetta was fired. And when Bolsonaro announced a new health minister, he emphasized the economy.
Life has no price, but the economy, the employment, has to go back to normal.
Unemployment is growing, leading to growing crowds at vendors who give away unsold food.
I have 4 children, and I have to go out and find food. The government doesn't give us a solution, and the people suffer.
Every day in Rio, firefighter Elielson Silva climbs his ladder to serenade the city. He plays elegies for a time before Corona, a time before the government's disdain for its own policies threatened its citizens' lives. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Nick Schifrin.